My goodness, what a pretty day. How y'all doing? Well, PawPaw here again, and I'm going to show you how I feed my tomatoes and other garden vegetables. Stick around, you might like this. I don't buy new cars, I don't buy brand names, I go to Goodwill for my clothes. I like to save money, I like to find bargains, it's the life I chose. I throw nothing away, I'll find a use another day for all this junk I keep. My neighbors all hate me, they abuse and berate me, 'cause I like doing it cheap. Yeah, I like doing it cheap. Welcome to another episode of Doing It Cheap. Well, hey folks, now ideally I would much prefer to use rabbit manure or chicken manure. Now chicken manure, you got to be real careful because it is so potent and so strong you can burn your plants up, your young tender plants, you burn them up quick. So you got to be real careful with that. Now my best luck I ever had with chicken manure is I dug a hole the size of a 5-gallon bucket, and I put me a scoop full of chicken manure, pure chicken manure, right in the very bottom. Then I mixed some up 50-50 with some dirt and put it on top of that. Then I had a little potting soil and I planted my tomato plant right above that. And as them roots worked their way down, them tomato plants shot for the sky. And I had a little drip hose run along it and they did great. That was my best year. I covered up my kitchen table 3 times with 6 plants. It was craziness. I was out picking tomatoes 6 feet, 7 feet up in the air. Well, anyway, and I like rabbit manure because rabbit manure, you can put it directly on your plants. You ain't got to worry about burning them up. Okay, so those are like the two extremes. But here in town, I don't have any rabbits, and I sure ain't got no chickens. That's all gonna be at the farm. So let me show you what I do here. Now, I do like that Miracle Hoe brand, but I'm not here to advocate for their company. I'm just telling you that's what I use because I know it works, okay? And I have gone to the trouble to look at what, percentage, this, that, and everything else is in it, try to buy a generic version, and they just didn't pay. Well, a couple of months ago, I was in Lowe's. I was getting ready to fire up for the spring, and they had these 2 for ended up being like $3 or $4 for one of these, and you had to buy 2 of them for ever how much it was. But anyway, $3 or $4 a piece for these. And it was just because they was, I don't know, discontinuing the container, discontinuing the label, I don't know. But it says it nourishes above and below for 3 months. And the idea is you shake it out around your plants and stuff, and as it rains, it slowly dissolves the granules. Now, I really like the Miracle Grow that's got the little thing, it's almost like a car wash container, where like spraying paint that hooks to your hose. You put your little envelope of granules in there and they dissolve while you're watering your plants. But God, it's kind of expensive and it goes quick. So here's what I do. Get you an old blender. Hell, find you one at Goodwill or something. Now this here happens to be my smoothie blender. I couldn't find my big one. But anyway, oh, hold on. We've had a major malfunction with the suspenders. one of them done popped loose. We're back in business now. Anyway, what I do is I take a few tablespoons of this fertilizer, maybe, I don't know, maybe more than that. Maybe it's a 2/3 of a cup, maybe a little more than a 1/4 cup. I don't know, about that much. And then what I do is pour me some water on there. Now I want to warn you, when I do this, this will actually go through a heat stage. There goes Nana. That's Mrs. PawPaw. Seldom seen or heard, but there she goes. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this run and let this chop. I want to chop up those granules real fine. All right, be right back. Okay, I'll let that little blender run. Oh, maybe 10 minutes. And there's still a little bit of powder down here at the bottom. It's not pure liquid or paste. There is a little bit of almost like sediment in the bottom. But what I do now is I don't want to put this directly on my plants. It's too strong. So I water it down. And I'll take this container here. It's, I don't know, maybe 16 ounces or so. Anyway, show you what's left in there. There's a little bit of almost like ocean sand left in there. And I probably could have let this run longer and it'd probably ground that up some more. But you get the idea. Whoop. Oh, that gun thing come flying loose again. I think somebody get too big for the britches. Anyhow, let's see. Next thing I want to do is I want to top that off. A little more water. The point I'm trying to make is I don't want this to be real strong. I don't want to burn up my plants. Give them too much fertilizer and it's hair in the butter. So there's my quote-unquote concentrated fertilizer, if you want to call it that. And what I do then is I'll pour some of this into a 2-quart bottle, and I've got about a 1.5 quart in there. I know that from my winemaking days. So I've cut that down about 3-to-1, and then I'll just use this and water it down every time, and that's what I water with. Let me show you how I do it. The reason I run it through the blender to grind it up is I poke little holes in the cap of this right here. Okay. And now then, here's my fertilizer. Let me demonstrate for you. Now that's about all the fertilizing that I'll give them plants at a time. I'll let that soak in good, and then I'll hit them again in 5 or 6 days. And I always try to, as I'm making these videos here, I always try to give you a little look at my tomato plants. So I'll close up with that. Well, folks, that's how old PawPaw feeds his tomato plants and other garden plants. I take that Miracle Grow and I buy it cheap, or you can buy triple 13 or whatever, do the same thing. You just mix it up, grind it up, make almost like a paste, water it down and spray it directly on there instead of buying liquid fertilizer. Mix up your own. It's a whole lot cheaper. And triple 13 will do you a good job too. And it's a lot cheaper per 50-pound bag. All right. Well, folks, y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll better tomorrow. Bye, everybody.